What's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Dust Boxing. Back with another one. So we're gonna pregame about this weekend's fights. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of fights this week. So I'm gonna touch on every one of them. Most of these fights is it's kind of under the radar. So feel free if you got a link, you know what I'm saying? If you need a link, you know what I'm saying, you can find it, you know what I'm saying, somewhere. But before I do that, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feel free to ask a question, anything, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we do. So we're gonna get to it. So the first card, now this is the cruiserweight title fight, WA cruiserweight title fight. You can catch this on the RCC YouTube channel. This is Friday, December the 10th. You know what I'm saying? You got Alexei Igorov, he's the challenger. He's facing off against the champion, Arslan Galamarian. Galamarian is trained by Abel Sanchez. He's been champion for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Both guys is inactive, but these guys style match up real well. Gallimard just comes straight forward. He's like a poor man Triple G, you know what I'm saying, per se. He's real slow, methodical, plotting type of style. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of style he got. Igorov, he can box and punch. So he like a boxer puncher. He can do a little bit of everything. Got more variety in his game. So we'll see. But that should be a pretty good fight. On the same day, you got Isaac Chamberlain coming back, the cruiserweight. He's faced off against Dylan Prazak. That's a guy who was the mandatory for Okoli. Prazak, he got stopped in like 3 rounds on the Usyk AJ undercard. But Isaac Chamberlain, he's a good fighter, man. He only had one hiccup against Okoli. I thought he was too tense in that fight, but he got a lot of skills. He got good hand speed, power. If you look at him, you may think he's maybe a light heavyweight, but he actually carried the weight at cruiserweight. You know what I'm saying? So I like him though. So look out for him. You got some prospects on the card. You got the McKenna brothers. You know what I'm saying? Those kids can fight. So that's another one. That's in the UK, December the 10th. Hennessy Sports. So feel free. We got a card in LA, the 10th, December the 10th. You know what I'm saying? This is they call it the Hollywood Fight Nights. You know what I'm saying? Promoted by Tom Loeffler, 360 Promotions. So they have some pretty decent fights on their card. The main event is Ali Akhmadov versus Paul Venezuela. So that's the fight Akhmadov should win. Akhmadov was looked at as a good prospect at 168 until he got stopped by Carlos Gongor, but he had a good victory a couple months ago. He can come back and get his name back in the hat. Get his name back in the hat. Excuse me. So we'll see. And then they have a lot of if you guys live out here in LA or whatever, in Cali, Southern California, if you go to this event, it'd be a lot of fighters out there, notable fighters. You know what I'm saying? You may even see Triple G out there. You know what I'm saying? Sonisa Estrada came to the last event, and Jojo Diaz, so they might be out there again. You never know, but it'd be a lot of fighters, so just to hang around stuff like that. So we'll see. All right, what's the next one? This one is Saturday morning. It's in Japan. You got Kosei Tanaka. He's coming back after his knockout defeat over. He got stopped by Aoka. He's coming back. He's gonna face Sho Ishida, who is 29-2. Good fighter. You know what I'm saying? Came up short in a couple of world title fights. Well, against Yafai. He came up short against Yafai. But this is a good fight though. I want to see how Tanaka come back. You know what I'm saying? Been a lot of you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he don't have a lot of ring rust. He been there sparring with anyway, so we'll see if that makes a difference. But yeah, it's good to see him back. This is 115 pounds, pretty decent fight to come back to. You know what I'm saying? JC in the building. What's good, bro? Salute to you. Salute. All right, so that's a good fight right there. December the 11th. Now this is a good little card right here. These two fights is highlighting it. And you can catch this on the Zone or the RCC YouTube channel. You got Dmitry Bivol defending his WA title versus Omar Salamov. That's a good fight, like heavyweight. And then Teixeira versus Kubanov. So I'm gonna talk about those fights. But it's some notable fighters on that card though. You know what I'm saying? I want to touch on. So this fight right here, now this supposed to be WBC eliminator. You know what I'm saying? Edward Shaznasky. So he's supposed to be on the card. and fighting for the silver title. So we'll see. I know the names is in Russian, so y'all probably don't understand that shit. But yeah, he supposed to fight for um a silver title. And then you got Rachmanov. Rachmanov is on the left. He got the tattoo on his shoulder. Rachmanov just he supposed to fight for the IBF at 130. I'm not sure what happened to him. They say he was injured. He was supposed to face Ogawa. We seen Ogawa against Fuzili, you know what I'm saying, put on a good performance. And he had him hurt real bad late in that fight. Could have stopped him. So I guess this is like a combat fight for Rachmanov. But he's a good fighter. He had a good fight with JoJo earlier in the year. Now this fight right here, man, very good fight. Y'all know how I like to cover the rankings, and when I look at the rankings, I see if these guys in the rankings are actually fighting each other. These guys aren't really. This is at 154 pounds. Magomed Kubanov versus Patrick Teixeira. This is a good fight. Teixeira is a former world champion. Lost his title earlier this year to Brian Castano. He still can fight. He switched up his team. He was working with Ismail Salas and working with the new strength coach, Coach Larry Wade. So hopefully, we'll see some effects to that. Kubanov is a good fighter, but he fights in a shoulder roll defense or whatever, that style, kind of counter punching. He kind of decent with it. He had a close fight with Liam Smith. That could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? But that was a good fight. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't, I don't think it was a robbery. It was just a close decision. Victory could have went either way. This fight right here, man, is real. It got a lot at stake. You know what I'm saying? Kubanov is number 2 in the WBO, and Teixeira, I think, he's number 4. So he can get right back in the title picture. And that's good. So if the champions are doing other stuff and we got mandatories, it makes sense for these other top guys and these sanctioned bodies to fight each other. So this is the type of fight that we're going to get. So that's what's up, man. Teixeira is the taller, rangier guy, southpaw, so he'll do well keeping his range and distance. And then Kubanov, he's more so like the center of the ring type of guy. He can apply pressure, but he like the counter punch. He's a counter puncher. He's trying to use that shoulder roll and he'll fire a right hand straight down the pipe and stuff like that. So we'll see how he'll be able to adjust in this fight right here. What's up, my man Prime in the building? Salute to you, bro. Salute. Macadocious Mac in the South. What's good with you? Chris what's good, bro? Salute. Yeah, it's on the zone. Yes, sir. So the main event, Dmitry Bivol versus Omar Salimov, WBA light heavyweight title. This is a good fight, man. Salimov is a taller guy. He throws a lot of jabs and stuff like that. He can be aggressive. I seen with him, he don't bring that jab hand back. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a problem with Bivol because Bivol is a quicker, faster guy. And a lot of his punches are straight. And I think Bivol will have the advantage on the speed department. Bivol coming off of I liked his performance against Craig Richards. I know I hear people downplay that, but Craig Richards is a tough guy to fight. Tall, rangy, you know what I'm saying? Got that type of style. And I thought Bivol beat him easy and clearly. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he was in trouble in that fight. I think he got buzzed a couple times, but the ring rush showed, so it's good to see him back. So I like Bivol in this fight. Then with a win, Bivol um, he may have to face his mandatory, which would be the week later, Zerto versus Eunice Gonzalez. So we'll see, and that's a good fight. I would love to see Bivol unify the division with the winner between Bertobiev and Marcus Brown. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense. So we got a bunch of light heavyweights on full display in December. You got Bivol this week. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Bertobiev next week, and you got Zerto next week. So yeah, so we'll see a little clear picture. You know what I'm saying? So that's a pretty good fight though. Samanov can fight. Samanov was the mandatory for Joe Smith, but since Joe Smith is going a different route, and I think Salimov had some issues getting to the U.S. You know what I'm saying? That fight was postponed a lot. So now I guess it just slid him over to Bivol, which is a good fight too. So everybody wins. You know what I'm saying? And Salimov, he signed a co-promotional deal with Top Rank. So if he wins this fight and get the WBA, Top Rank will have all the titles on their side at light heavyweight. So, you know what I'm saying? This is a little food for thought right there. Y'all know how I do. He said, asking someone who's ever seen Conor Kabanov how to beat. Asking as someone who never seen Kabanov how he beat Teixeira. I think he can push the sheriff back, you know what I'm saying, in the shoulder roll. It depends. Like he a good counter puncher. So I think that'd be his bread and butter right there, counter puncher. Kono in the building. What's good, bro? Salute. Mike James 616 in the building. What's good with you? Salute to you. All right. Moving on. Now this is a Pro Bellum card. This is the first Pro Bellum card, you know what I'm saying, that they doing. We got some pretty good names on it. You got two world title fights. Sonny Edwards versus Jason Mama. He gonna defend his IBF title, 112 pounds. Casamero fighting Paul Butler. And so both, I think this is mandatory. Paul Butler's is mandatory, which is cool too. And this is another division, 115 pounds. Speaking of Casamero, you know what I'm saying? You gonna see all the top. All no, that's 118 pounds. My bad. 118 pounds. You're gonna see all the champions fight within a week. Casemiro is fighting this weekend. Donaire fighting this weekend, and then anyways fighting next week. So that's what's up. So I like Casemiro against Paul Butler, even though Paul Butler is a good veteran that can box, former world champion. I think Casemiro is a little bit, he's more explosive. I think he'll be able to catch him with something crazy. Uh, Sonny Edwards is probably one of the better boxers in the sport. You know what I'm saying? He really don't give you too much either. I think he kind of used too much movement where he can kind of sit down on his shots and make the guy respect him. But Sonny Edwards coming off a good performance against Methalane, Mathalan, you know what I'm saying? The guy that was champion for like 13 years, he beat him easy. So Jason Mama come to fight though. He a good puncher from the Philippines, you know what I'm saying? He gonna apply some pressure. So that's gonna fall right into Sonny Edwards' hands, you know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, they got some notable names on this undercard. You got the Olympic champion, you know what I'm saying, heavyweight, super heavyweight champion from this past Olympics. Uh, back her there, Joelov. Y'all remember him, that tall southpaw? He's on this card. He's like 8-0, 8 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? They talking about him being the next world champion. You got the veteran Donny Nietes. He's in a good fight. This is a WBA eliminator at 115 pounds. He's faced off against Norbert Jimenez. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. Jimenez got like 9 losses, but he can fight though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't his record. Like, don't look at his record on BoxRec and say, "Oh, he trash." He a good fighter. The Nietes is a technician in the ring. Joe Nogueira's on this card. You know what I'm saying? He was in camp with Devin Haney, helped him get ready for JoJo. So you know what I'm saying? Some good little names. So we'll see how this event look. This is their first event, Pro Bellum. So that's what it is. Said Bivol beat Richards. Yeah, I thought he did too. I thought he did too. Beat him pretty easy. You feel Crawley can make it? Yeah, I think, yeah, that's a 50-50 fight in my opinion. Crawley can fight. We're gonna see for sure. Yeah, man, I'm trying to find that link, man, because they don't have a US deal, so there's gonna be some floating around. So hit me behind the scenes. I should have some. All right. Let me see what's next. All right, so we got this MTK Global card right here. This is a lot of fight cards this week, yo. Like real talk, it's some under the radar cards. You know what I'm saying? Some local cards, and it's a bunch of shit popping. Plus some big cards from the big three. But this is a cruiserweight eliminator, and Kukabayev versus Stephen Ward. You know what I'm saying? Kukabayev is like 3-0, tall, southpaw, can punch, been knocking everything out so far. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how he look. And he I don't know who he gonna be the mandatory for because WBA, you know how they do. But it's a pretty decent fight though. All right. Moving on to this the zone card. So like I said, it is a deep day of boxing, you know what I'm saying? For sure. But you got this the zone card. You got headline this card, you got Ben versus Algeria. We're gonna talk about that fight. But there's some notable guys on the undercard. Joe Cordina fights at 130 pounds. He on the card. He one of my favorite UK guys. Jordan Gill supposed to be on this card. You got some young guys, the McGrail brothers and stuff like that. Uh, a Cargo. This guy right here fights at 160. Eddie Hearn just signed him. He pretty good though. Look out for him. Robbie Davis Jr. versus Hank Lundy. That should be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Both guys got a lot of stuff to they got a lot of stuff to gain in this fight. You know what I'm saying? If Hank Lundy go up there and win, he get another opportunity at a big fight, maybe. You never know. And then Davies got to win this fight. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he lost the last fight to the. No, he won it. He came back and won the fight, I believe. But he lost early in the year to the Mexican guy, Venezuela. So we'll see. But talking about the two main fights on this card, Cade Taylor versus Sharapova. Now, this is a WA mandatory for Cade Taylor, and it's just basically just to stay busy, keep on the same schedule. We all know Katie and Amanda is going to fight the top of next year. They just working that out. So if Katie win, which she should win this fight, and Amanda win next week, which she should win, they probably fight top of next year, like March or something like that. But far as the breakdown, like Sharapova is she decent, you know what I'm saying? She okay. She like the thing with Kate, all the Kate Taylor fights, and even in the Serrano fight, when I break that down, it's the footwork. Like, can these girls cut the ring off and sit with her and kind of time her with her footwork? Because that's how Katie be winning these fights, her footwork. Not really the hand speed, because you really don't be landing a lot of shots. She just gets you with the footwork, jumping in and out, and you know what I'm saying, know how to get away from when she want to box and stuff like that. That's gonna be the thing. Now, I think Katie is slowing down personally. You know what I'm saying? Just my eye watching her fight, but she's still a top fighter in women's boxing. You know what I'm saying? So that's for another breakdown. But I think she'll dominate this fight. Hopefully she don't get no injuries, no cuts, nothing like that. Keep it, stay clean. Then we'll get the big fight at the top of the year. So yeah, I think this probably be easy work. You know what I'm saying? Probably be easy work. Bruce goes in the building. What's good, bro? Salute to you. Mr. Lightbulbs in the building. Salute to you, bro. IBT, what's good? Salute. Robbie Davis, 2021 can't hang with Hank. Okay, yeah. That should be fun though. I had a draw. I thought Venezuela won that fight. I thought he won that shit. But salute to you, bro. Cause that was a good fight though. That was probably the one that stretched where I guess that was like in the beginning of the year when the Mexican fighters was going to UK and beating them up and shit. You know what I'm saying? That stuff continue all year. That's the theme of the year. So we'll see. Ben versus Algieri. Man, I like this fight though. This is a good fight for Ben to get him used to a veteran, you know what I'm saying, former world champion that has a tricky style. He can box and he can sit there with you. Y'all remember the Mir Khan fight? Algieri fooled everybody and came straight to uh Amir Khan. And I thought that fight was pretty close competitive. And he can box too. We've seen that. His last fight, Algieri, he looked good against Lespierre. Lespierre, he really coming off like the best performances or whatnot when he lost to Pedraza. But I thought it'd be more competitive versus a guy like Algieri, who is a boxer just like him. But Algieri was sharp. He was sharp. He's tall, 5'10", 5'11", can box. We'll see. I don't really like him at 47. I think his best weight is 40. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he can, he's just a bigger guy at 40, but 47, he showed he don't have the power really. So we'll see. Conor Ben's aggressive guy, you know what I'm saying, getting better as a boxer. I thought he'd been looking good, honestly. The fight with Granados, I mean, that was a tricky fight. He fought another veteran who know how to box and survive and know his way around the ring. So I don't really hold him to that. He been looking good before that, you know what I'm saying? But I like this fight for him. I think his aggressive nature is going to get him the edge and the nod. I'm not sure if he's stopping Algieri, but I think him just being the aggressive guy and pushing forward, I think that's going to kind of make. We'll see if Algieri respect his power. That's something to note because if he don't respect it, I think Algieri probably can box real nice and possibly win this fight. But if he started to respect it and he can feel it and start getting on the bike, I think Ben would just create more momentum to come forward and just be aggressive. So I like Conor Ben in this fight. I think he's a fresher, younger guy. This is a fight he should win. You know what I'm saying? He said, you peeped the beating. Yeah, I seen that. Jay Harris got beat by two Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? Quiqui in the building. What's good with you? Salute. Salute. So so yeah, that's that card. That's on the zone Saturday. So feel free. Then we got a couple of underrated fights right here. Yo, Kristen Billy versus Ronald Ellis. This is a good ass fight. Like I know it's gonna be hard to find this. They got like a little streaming services that's gonna be showing it, but this is a good fight, man. Mubili, you know, if y'all ain't seen him fight, he's a stocky, muscular type of guy. Real strong. He kind of remind me of Leo Alvarez a little bit. He got kind of the same body type as Pascal. I don't think he on the PEDs though. But Billy can fight, man. They building him up in Canada to what I'm saying, to fight for a world title. He's strong, tough. He fought on Ring City not too long ago. He just had another victory, maybe in September, I believe. I can't remember, but he can fight though. Ronald Ellis is a good fighter too. You know what I'm saying? Probably like a C plus B level fighter. And being there with Benavidez, Gabe Benavidez, a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? He's tough as hell. Took a lot of punishment in that fight, but what I'm saying, Ronald Ellis can fight. To me, this kind of like a 50-50 because we don't know too much about Billy, but we know he's strong and he's tough and he got some power. And then Ronald Ellis, he been in a lot of Canelo training camps, so I'm pretty sure he got some extra experience off of that. He fought Benavidez and he shared the ring with a crafty guy like um what's his name, the southpaw Matt Korbal. So even though I thought he was getting outboxed, so Ronald Ellis brings some a good skill set to the table, man. I like this fight, man. Pretty much 50-50. And these the type of fights they need in this division, where in all divisions where these up and coming guys can fight each other, knock each other off, they can fight, what I'm saying, the former world champions and stuff like that. So I like this fight. What's happening? Shade Girl in the building. What's good with you? Salute, salute. He said it depends on how much Algeria has left. Just a payday. I don't think it's just a payday though. I don't know about that. You see his last fight? Like his last fight, he didn't fight like a guy that just came for a payday. I don't know. He looked good in that fight. Like some guys that just want a payday to just go through the motions and shit like that. I don't know. I don't know. Go check that last fight out. Lean, yeah, Lean. No, I think did he lose to a Lean? I think he beat a Lean. I think he beat a Lean. That was on the Charlo and Hogan undercard. So yeah. All right. So next one. So this we stand in super middleweight with Jesse Hart. Y'all remember him and shit. Used to fight on Top Rank. He signed with a local promoter in Philly. This is his second fight with them. So yo, so I think like the winner of this fight should fight the winner of the fight I just talked about in Billy versus my man Ellis. But Jesse Hart though, he's still a good fighter. He got a high ranking in the WBC. I think he's like 5 or 6. So he might be right there to a title shot. So this is like a another fight to keep him active and stuff like that. This is a fight he should win against David Murray. We'll see. Sometimes Jesse Hart don't always fight with the highest ring IQ. You know what I'm saying? I have to say that. Like the two Zerto fights, man, he was I was rooting for him, man. And he kept doing the same thing, but that was a long time ago. So hopefully he grown from that, and we'll see. But this another fight you got to find like a link to it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be kind of hard to find, but if I can find it and you guys interested, I got you. So we'll see. All right, so moving on. So we got this is a big time fight right here, big time card too. There's a lot of prospects. You got Lomachenko versus Richard Comey. It's a good fight, but I'm gonna talk about some of these young guys on the card though. Um, Starting with John Bowser. John Bowser is fighting Michael Williams Jr. That's a good fight. Two undefeated guys. Um, You know what I'm saying? Both guys is on the climb. This is a good fight because you normally don't see two undefeated guys fighting each other this early. You know what I'm saying? Michael Williams Jr. been fighting kind of like under the radar, but he has a good skill set. 6'1" and 140 pounds with a long jab and athletic. So, whenever you got something like that in front of you, it's difficult. Trained by Roy Jones and stuff like that. So we're gonna see if he can translate that from what he been doing under the radar to kind of a bigger stage. It's a bigger stage. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be a lot of people there when they fight, but maybe he bring his own fan base. So maybe it will be. I'm not sure. So he's facing a guy, John Bowser, who to me I think he's a bigger puncher than what his resume say. I know he got five. I think he 15-0, 5 knockouts. I think he a bigger puncher than that. He fights like a boxer puncher. Like he really believe in his power. So I like it. He's tricky. He can box. You know what I'm saying? He got some. Both guys got holes, so that's why it's like a good fight to have to see where their development at. So like the winner, they advance and fight a bigger fight, a bigger step up in competition. Then the loser got to go back to the drawing board, and we're gonna see who the real deal. I think it's a 50-50 fight, honestly. I can see Bowser winning this fight and Williams Jr. I think Williams Jr. has the skills to kind of make this fight easy if he wanted to with that long jab and his athletic ability. But we're gonna see. So I would pick Williams to win this fight slightly. We'll see if how everything works out like that. And you gotta take into account like this a top ranked fighter. And if you guys been watching these undercards on top rank, it be guys be winning 8-0 and be getting split decisions and shit. So it's something to look out for. But I think it's gonna be a pretty good fight. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good matchup. He said, I did peep out Jerry last fight on Twitter. Yeah, that was he dominated. Still a huge. Well, I don't know about the huge class when he fought Pacquiao and Spence. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I don't know. I just don't like him at 47 right now. But to me, I think he can do well in spots in this fight. Jerry. It just depends on that if he can handle the aggression and the power. Okay, now you good, bro. You good. All good. All right, so moving on to the next fighter. So it's a bunch of young guys. Kelvin Davis, he just signed with Top Rank. That's Keyshawn's brother. Tall, rangy guy. You know what I'm saying? About 6'1". You know what I'm saying? Southpaw. So he fights at 140. Still growing in his career. He 2-0. He didn't have the best fight his last fight. He got hurt. I think he got dropped in the fourth round of that fight or the third round, something like that. It was a 4 round fight. He fought Canelo's undercard. So he got a new team. He with Bo Mac and them. He got a new promoter, so he gonna be trying to look to have an impressive performance. We'll see though. I like him though. He's tall and rangy. You know what I'm saying? If he can keep that defense on point, he gonna be a problem. You got Nico Ali Wash. That's a grandson of Muhammad Ali. Um, He's 2-0, so he's on the card. And I think he might be in the spot right after. So this is Heisman Trophy night. So I think he's gonna be right in the spot right after the Heisman Trophy end, after the telecast ends. So they'll probably have a lot of viewers and stuff like that. But he didn't look too bad in his last fight, coming off his first fight. I thought he looked okay. You know what I'm saying? You can tell he got some heavy hands with the right hand. But he's with Sugar Hill, so hopefully he developing better, and we're gonna see. You got Xander Zayas on the card. Xander Zayas is a highly talented prospect. Been looking good. I think this is like his fifth or sixth fight this year. So he's been real active. I like him. He's strong, solid. You know what I'm saying? He's facing a guy from Italy. And it's a guy that nobody really heard of. And it's a fight he should win. So hopefully he come out. You know what I'm saying? Now look, he got a lot of momentum surrounding him because his coach is the same coach as George Cambosis Jr. So Javier Centeno. So he should get some love too. So he might be riding high with a lot of confidence. That shit can jump off of Cambosis straight to him. So I expect him to have a good performance in this shit. And this is in NYC. I think this is his first time fighting in NYC. I'm not sure, but definitely, you know what I'm saying? I like Xander. Xander can fight. Strong kid. So they got him in a good spot too. He said, why Matchroom dropped Keyshawn Davis? He never was with them. Keyshawn Davis was always a free agent, and we just gonna segue to Keyshawn Davis because he's next. So Keyshawn Davis, like he was never with nobody. He always did everything independent, but now he's with Top Rank, and they about to build around him. I think he's like the second fight of the card. He's facing a guy that's tough and rugged, gonna come forward. But this guy Keyshawn Davis got pound for pound talent skills. You know what I'm saying? Like 3, 4, 5 years from now, we can talk about him definitely being a world champion and definitely being on the pound for pound list. His skills is just like that. Olympic silver medalist, you know what I'm saying? Got all the credentials, smart business wise, you know what I'm saying? He signed this contract with Top Rank and he brought his brothers with him, his family. So you can tell he got a good sense in the business. Um, he's with Bo Mac too. So I like to see how they're gonna develop him. But Keyshawn Davis, it's like you don't have to tell him too much. You don't got to really do too much. Just kind of guide him here and there. You don't want to give him too much crazy information because he basically got it. So he's definitely they're gonna build around him. Hopefully they bring both of the brothers back to Norfolk. You know, I'm from VA originally, so if they bring that fight to Norfolk, I'm gonna have to go out there. You feel me? Because Norfolk, growing up in Virginia, only one we had boxing wise was Sweet Pea Whitaker. You feel me? So they can recreate that, bring it back to the Norfolk scope. It'd be crazy. But first things first. I think they're gonna keep him active. Probably have him fighting every other month, or at least fighting at least 5 or 6 times next year. We'll see. But I would say this: 18 months from now, something like that, he might be in line for a world title. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. This kid's skill is like that for real. So definitely, that's exciting to see all these young guys on this card. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Yep, first time fighting there. Okay, MSG. Okay." He said Xander always fun to watch, and he get hits more. His last fight he fixed that up though. So I don't know if you seen his last fight. He didn't get touched at all his last fight. But I feel you. He said top rank can build young talent. That just that's for sure. And once they get to the title, it's like they just forget all the hard work they did to build them up. Yeah, that's exactly correct. You know what I'm saying? But I like this kid's mindset though, and I think he understands that. So I think he got the mindset he gonna use them before they use him. He gonna take the example from how they did Bud and all these other fighters, Floyd and everybody else. I think he's just gonna use them, get to where he need to get to, and then cut out. But we'll see though. But you're right about that, Shay girl, for sure. Yeah, VA. Yeah, yep, for sure. For sure. That's gonna be that'd be crazy. Bring out the Norfolk State band. Listen, it's gonna be crazy, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Yes, sir. Ken Boston and Tego have the same trainer. Yeah. Yep, Xander, and then you got Logan Holler. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Centeno doing this thing now. Underrated trainers. Those are the ones I really like because they actually doing some things. But everybody has their flaws as trainer and fighters. So he's just on a good. That Cambosis win did a lot for him, and I think it's going to carry on to his other fighters. He said Keyshawn got it. Kevin, I don't know. I think Kevin can. Yeah, he's behind. I think he can develop though for sure. He can develop. That's why they with top rank. Top rank can build you up real nice. All right, like they doing this kid right here, Jerry Big Baby Anderson. He's the co-main. Listen, this is my prospect of the year. Like I don't know what he gonna do in this fight. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do what he always been doing. But this kid can fight, man. Um, his last fight, well, shit, all his fights this year, he been knocking everything out. But he fought on the Wilder Fury 3 undercard, looked real good. He opened up the show, stopped the dude in 2 rounds. I like him, man. He got skills of a middleweight, you know what I'm saying? Upper body movement. He can switch, southpaw. He can do a lot of things in the ring. Very skilled and talented. And I think he is the future in the heavyweight division, especially for the United States. But I like how they building him. He's facing a guy, what's his name? Alexander Teshlenko. He was a touted prospect too. He fight. I think he's from Ukraine, but he fights out of Canada. Coming up, he was looked at as a possible world champion. So he's facing a guy that has some type of credit and publicity coming up. You know what I'm saying? So it can be tricky. He's tall. He like 6'4". I think he's taller than I don't think Big Baby 6'4". I think Big Baby more like 6'2". Real talk. Just seeing him in person, I don't know if he 6'4" like they got him listed, but he can fight though. I know that shit. So I expect another great performance. You know what I'm saying? He said Whitaker. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sweet pea. I didn't go to this one, but I was like there in the city when he fought Buddy McGirt like in '94. I think the second time. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. All right, so moving on to the main event. So I like this fight, and we seen the lightweight division on full display. I talked about this show on my channel. That's why I was hyped about it. We seen Cambosis and Tio. We seen how that happened. Then we seen Devin and Tank last week. Both guys had tough fights to me. They came through with it. Cambosis got the lottery ticket. He can pick and choose, and I mean it's just it kind of It's kind of refreshing, but then again, when you think about the business of boxing, like, damn, here they go with this bullshit again. But lightweight division is crazy. And you got the OG of the lightweight division, Lomachenko versus Richard Comey. I like this fight. It's a dangerous fight for Lomachenko too, because Comey is probably one of the biggest punchers, bigger punchers in lightweight with both hands. And it's a tricky type of style because Lomachenko is a lefty, and he get caught with straight right hands down the pipe. We seen the Linares and stuff like that. But it's very important. A lot of people forget about Lomachenko. I mean, this fight been done for a long time, and I've been hearing about it ever since then. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't nothing new to me. And when I seen this lineup, once Teofimo and Cambosis was made, I was like, oh shit, we're gonna have lightweights for the first 2 weeks of December basically, and Lomachenko gonna close it out. I have a feeling that Lomachenko gonna have the best performance than all the lightweights. You know what I'm saying? We seen what everybody did, so he's last. Now I think Coleman is definitely no pushover. I mean, he's a big guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's struggling to make 135. You have to question that shit because he's been there for a long ass time. And Lomachenko, moving up. But I think Lomachenko is a lightweight, so I think it's basically even. But we're gonna see. I like Lomachenko's last fight. I mean, he looked good, you know what I'm saying, against Nakatani with the angles and he was letting his hands go and looked like he was 100%. So if that Lomo shows up, it might be a problem for Comey. But Comey has an opportunity to win this fight definitely with the power and stuff like that. He can't depend on it, but he can get that jab popping and set some shit up, set some traps with Lomachenko, and do the same thing Teofimo did as far as closing the exits out. You know what I'm saying? You know how Lomachenko want to get out to his right. He gotta have a left hook right there. You gotta make him pay that toll. So it should be a pretty good fight though. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot on the line too. Press the legend in the building. Salute to you. You hear anything on nah, I ain't heard nothing about him. Last thing I heard, he was fighting well, he's training with Kevin Cunningham. That's the last thing I heard. My man in the building. Reese, bro. What's good, bro? Salute. Salute to you. Chris Sim, he said if Lopez moved to 140, who are the best top ranked lightweights Loma can fight at 135? Um shoot, they don't really got no lightweights after this. Now that you mentioned it, they don't got no lightweights. I mean, I don't know. Unless they move some guys up. Burchett talking about signing with Matchroom, so I don't know. I seen Bob talking about making Loma versus Shakur. I like that fight. I'm with that. I don't know. They don't got too much there. IB, what's good with you, bro? Salute. Salute. Shay girl said Loma going to beat the brace off Comey. Do this, man. Until yeah, that might be right though. He might have a vendetta because the way he fought Nakatani though, he fought Nakatani like Nakatani stole something from him in the locker room or some shit. He was on his ass, so you might be right though. Hey, we'll see though. I think I think it's good. I think Lomachenko has to be aggressive, has to put on a good performance because they was overhyping Lomachenko for years, calling him the next Muhammad Ali, all type of shit. He can beat Floyd at 130. So to me, he gotta prove that all that shit was. I know that shit was a lie, but at least prove that that he was a good guy. He wasn't just overrated like people was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because they was, oh my god, they was like he was the best thing since I don't know. That shit was crazy. And they was telling, they told what's his name? Teddy Atlas told Bud and Andre Ward to their face that Lomachenko was better than them. I'm like, what? Well, 11 fights. But yeah, you know how they do. Lomo versus Comey is a toss up. I want to see. I want to lean more towards Lomo. Better boxer ring IQ. Yeah, I like Lomachenko winning. I like Lomachenko winning. It's a good fight though. You know what I'm saying? IQ. I feel you. No, I'm with you. It's a good fight though. You know what I'm saying? Good fight. But we'll see. Cause Lomachenko, like I talked about this too. I forgot where I was at, man. I've been talking about boxing so much, but I was saying that don't forget about Lomachenko now. When Cambosis won, I was like, don't forget about him because Lomachenko, he'll go to Australia like that. You feel me? He'll go down there quick. I mean, he had no trouble going to the UK. He really don't got no home really in the Ukraine. Nobody really checked for him. And then he'll go down there where a lot of people is. He got a big aura. So when he go to other countries, people be in awe with him. You know what I'm saying? When he went to UK, they was saluting him and bowing down and all types of shit. So imagine if he go to Australia for Cambosis. I don't think he'll think twice. So that's why I was saying, yo, he might throw his name in the hat now. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta see how these sanctioning bodies work. Of course, it should be Cambosis and Haney. Just to get rid of all this undisputed or not undisputed talk. We need to get rid of that. And then shoot, if he beat Devin Haney or whoever win that fight, Devin Haney and Cambosis, they got some big ass fights ahead. They still got big fights. You know what I'm saying? They can do all these guys, Lomachenko, Tank, um, whoever else, Pitbull Crew, shit, throw his ass in there. So, that's why I said lightweight division looking good though. They just gotta stay active, less talking, you know what I'm saying, Ryan Garcia, and you know what I'm saying, just to do this shit in the ring. It took him unexpectedly losing to a kid to light a fire. Yeah, yeah. I finally might somewhat live up to. He might. I think now that I think about it, I think he was actually hurt though, because he won't throwing no punches against Teofimo. But I think it was a combination. I think he was hurt, but I think Tio did the right things in that fight too. So I give Tio full props. But yeah, I want to see Lomachenko mad. You know what I'm saying? Get mad, bro. Like you remember Lomachenko coming up had that swag and shit when he was fighting these guys that he knew he was going to dominate. I want to see him bring that back up. Bullet situation outside the ring resolved. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. They got him in the WBA. They got a asterisk by his name as the mandatory. So that means it's under review. So I don't know what the hell they doing with him for real. Haney don't want to fight. Don't want that franchise. But hell, take the rest. I think that I don't think that franchise shit shouldn't be a damn argument. You know what I'm saying? I think he got the WBC and the other guy got the rest of the belt. And it's natural for all those guys, to fight to consolidate all the belts. That franchise shit is just a ducking belt. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's a ducking belt. Um, it don't really make sense from how they using it. Now at 115, the way they're using the franchise belt makes perfect sense because Estrada, Estrada is the franchise champion. We all want to see boxing fans. We want to see them run that shit back with Chocolatito because that was one of the best fights of the year. So they franchised him, and then they ordered the mandatory Sir Ramasai versus Quadras to run it back. That made sense. That's what they should have did from the first, and then order the franchise champion versus the winner of this fight right here. I mean, the winner of the world title fight. That's what the WC said they was gonna do in 115. The shit they're doing at 35, that's just crazy. I can't explain it. You know what I'm saying? He said Haney should outbox Cambosis. Yeah, I think he would. I mean, Cambosis had got problems with guys that move, but if Haney stays in the pocket like he been staying, I think Cambosis has an opportunity. But I think Haney is a better fighter than Cambosis, my opinion. But I'm not writing Cambosis off. I just think Haney would beat him. Lomo had his best moment. Which fight was his best moment? What you think was his best fight, Crush the Legend? My favorite fight of his was that shit he did to Rocky Martinez. That shit was ugly. Get the smoke. What's good, bro? Salute. WC belt. The WBC belt shouldn't hunt Teofimo no more. Yo, that fight with Rocky Martinez was crazy. You think Tank hurt his hand? Yeah, I think he did. I think he hurt. He was wincing in the fight. He was wincing every time he threw it. All right, moving on to the Showtime card. Nonito Donaire defending his WBC title versus Raymark Gobayo. That's his mandatory. On the undercard, off TV though, you got a couple of notable guys that's on the card. Andrew Tabiti is coming back. You know what I'm saying? He been out the ring since shoot for a long ass time. Ever since Dorico slept him in the World Boxing Super Series, he been out the ring. That been a long ass time. I don't even know. He's on the card. Custodial Clayton is on the card. He's a welterweight contender, good fighter. You see him fought Lipinets last year, fought to a draw, so he's on the undercard. So maybe they like replacements for one of these. Well, maybe Clayton is like a replacement, just in case somebody fall out on the main card. And then you got a IBF title eliminator on the card. Um, Taragawa from Japan versus Marlon Taples from Philippines. That should be a pretty decent fight too. So I just want to touch on those guys, notable names and stuff like that before I get to the main card. Um, he said, hold on, let me go back. He said, "Damn, I was thinking Rocky. Yeah, Rocky. That was crazy. The way Loma looked. Okay, Gary Russell. Okay, that's a pretty good fight. I like how Russell dropped him in that fight and then call it. But Loma did his thing. Yeah, he did Rocky real dirty, real dirty. That was real nasty. Like, all right, this on this card right here. So kicking it off, you got Brandon Lee. He's faced off against Juan Heraldez. Last time I seen Heraldez, he got stopped by Regis Prograis in 3 rounds. So he's a TMT fighter. I don't know if he did something wrong or something. They don't want to build him back up, but they put him in with Brandon Lee, who was a big ass puncher. You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't touch on that yet. I might do a live on that, but yeah, Roy Jones, James Toney, Holly Holm, Miguel Cotto. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope right there. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if Geraldo's got the punch resistance because Brandon Lee is cracking and he's sharp. Um, he just fought like he's been active too. I think he fought like 3 or 4 times this year. This may be his fourth fight. Brandon Lee is cracking. So we'll see. They put him in this spot for a reason. They're trying to build Brandon Lee. He can be a star. He can be a star. I think he said he's Korean and Mexican. So we'll see if he touch on that fan base. But they fighting in Carson, so we'll see. I'm saying Brandon Lee, real exciting prospect. How you feel they should move him next? I mean, I like this fight. Get past this fight. Um, I think shoot, it's a lot of options at 140. Um, let me see. I mean, maybe a fight with Robert East if he get his shit together. I don't know. um, back to Yakhmadaliev, the southpaw. That's a decent fight. But they'll probably move him slow, so they'll probably get him somebody like Mendez. You know, Mendez is a trial horse. He fought everybody, so somebody they probably give him something like that. I don't think he's ready for the top guys, but I think he'll be there pretty soon with that power. Yes, sir. Thumbs up on that one. Brandon is a beast. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he a beast for sure. Lee versus Lipinets. Lipinets talking about coming back to 40. That's not a bad fight. I'm with that. I'm with that. Gary Russell dropped Loma. Yeah, they didn't call it though. But it's all good. That was a long time ago. Co-main event. Now this is very interesting. This got a lot of this fight right here. The co-main is very interesting. It's a cause and effect and a domino effect in the welterweight division. If you guys really up on game, Quatatilo Akadorian, he is the IBF mandatory for Earl Spence Jr. He's been mandatory since March 2019. You know what I'm saying? So rocking on 3 years now. Now I guess we can well shit. Do we count the pandemic year 2020? Maybe we can count, but no, because Danny Garcia became mandatory. So no, we ain't count. We ain't leaving out nothing. So this kid been mandatory almost 3 years. He's faced three. This will be his third southpaw in a row. So looking at that, that tells me he's gearing up for Earl Spence, which he should get the opportunity. Let's keep it 100. A lot of these guys get opportunities and they don't deserve it, but at least a guy that's been quiet, you know what I'm saying, under the radar, still fighting and staying active. He got to follow the rules, I guess. So we'll see. Quasatilo is a good boxer. I mean, he was a puncher coming up, but he can box though. Actually, can box. He can box southpaw too. Good body puncher. You know what I'm saying? He can move around the ring. He had some trouble in that Luis Collazo fight. Like he had some big time trouble before the cut. He had Collazo had him on the run, but he was still boxing pretty nice and stuff like that. Now, reason why I say it's a domino effect because well, it also depends on Ugas too. But Quadratilo win impressively. They got him co-main, so he got a couple of options. Now, I'm not sure if we're gonna get the Spence fight because Spence is about to fight Ugas, and we'll probably talk about that later on. But or that probably come out later on this week, so y'all hear something about that. So I don't know if you're gonna actually get Spence, but you got Jerome Boots Ennis, who is the next highest rated guy. Maybe they're gonna make Quadratilo versus Boots for the interim title. You know what I'm saying? While Earl Spence fight Ugas, you know what I'm saying? They eventually move up in weight. So we'll see. That's why I say it's a lot of shit that could happen with this fight. Cody Crowley is a good boxer. You know what I'm saying? He's solid. He fought at 54 for a lot of years. He came down last year to fight at 47. He can fight, man. Good southpaw. Can box. Good counter puncher. You know what I'm saying? He been in some training camps with Floyd Mayweather and stuff like that. So he been around. He just haven't really had opportunities. So this is a good fight though. You get to see guys Quadratilo, but it's very important for the division. I know these guys, a lot of people ain't heard of. They really got a domino. You know what I'm saying? They can actually make that shit fall and they can mess up a lot of things or they can sway stuff a certain direction. Because if Ugas got to make a decision to fight Stanionis, go through with the purse bid, or drop the belt and just go fight Spence and make that bread. If you do that, that means Quadratilo is likely going to fight Boots. So let's say Ugas stays in the tournament. Then who's Spence gonna fight? You know what I'm saying? He don't have a lot of options. Real talk. Not no big name fights. So do he go ahead and fight his IBF mandatory, get that shit out the way, make sure his eye okay, or do he just go to 54? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, man. It's a lot of shit that can happen though, for sure. That's why I like watching these fights and keeping up with it. Um, Let me see. Palazzo would get in with anybody. Yeah, he would. He said Paloma was looking fast and strong and beast-like against Gary Russell. Yeah, I like that fight. 140 is stacked. Yes, sir. I like 140. It's a dangerous division. Taylor, Prograis, Ramirez, Pedraza, Barbosa, Batiste, Lee, Matana Love, Landolfo, Russell. You got Jeremiah Ponce. You got O'Hare Davis. You got Jack Collarall. I mean, 140 is crazy. Robert Easter get his shit right. Yeah, I like 142. It's a dangerous division. They got to fight each other though. I know Ramirez Pedraza coming back February the 5th. Yeah, I like that division. When Spence return, probably March, April, something like that. I don't know about January. Who you picking, Crawley or the IBF mandatory? Ah man, I like Quadratilo. I'm gonna pick Quadratilo. Virgil Ortiz, 147. Virgil Ortiz fighting January 22nd. Are you talking about Virgil Ortiz for Spence? I don't know. I think shoot, if Spence have to fight Quadratilo, he mess around and go to 54. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. He said Boots rated higher than Butayev. Nah, Butayev is the champion though. Butayev not even in the rankings no more. He's above the rankings. Boots is what, number three, number two now, I think. Yeah, Butayev is the yeah, he won the champion. So yeah, but yeah, those two fights right there is pretty decent though. I think Quadratilo and Crowley is pretty much 50-50, honestly. And then Lee, just to see a exciting young fighter. So yeah. All right, moving on to the main event. My man Donaire, you know what I'm saying? The old man Donaire still got that left hook face off against Garballo. Garballo is a good fighter though, you know what I'm saying? He got some good activity and he bring it too. I thought he lost his last fight to Emmanuel Rodriguez. I thought Rodriguez won 8-9 rounds. I'm keeping a buck. He outboxed him perfect. Had him missing shots, spinning them. He was doing some crazy shit, you know what I'm saying, to Garballo. But they gave it to Garballo, so I don't know. Donaire can do similar stuff like that in the ring, but he got the equalizer, the left hook. He got the left hook. Donaire, he like I said, he could box and get his jab going and stuff like that, but the hook, that shit is the X factor. So it depends if Galballo gonna keep getting hit with that shit or he can evade it. However, it can counterpunch that shit. We'll see what he can do. But I'm rocking with Donaire though, for sure. So That's what it is, man. It's like I said, it's a long weekend of boxing. I'm gonna recap real quick. So give me a second, but it's a long weekend. There's a lot of fights that you gotta like find like little links to, little local shows and stuff like that. Then the big three, the Zone got a card, Top Rank ESPN, and then you got Showtime. So all these guys got cards this weekend. So we're gonna touch on it, recap real quick. Got Bio slick enough to keep Donaire at the end of his punches. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if he that slick. I think he could maybe early in the fight, but I don't know. For the duration, I don't know. And will guys vacate? Will it be Stanion versus Butella for the vacant title? Yeah, I think they'll do that. I think they'll do that. And then like they did last time, have Boots on standby. A lot of people don't know Boots' last fight. He was actually the standby replacement opponent, just in case James or Buteo pulled out. So I can see them doing that because why would they put a think about this though, my man Jonah? Think about this. If the WBA trying to consolidate the belts, why add another fight when they'll be down to one belt if Ugas vacate? You feel me? If Ugas vacate, they got one belt. So the last two guys that's in the tournament, it makes sense for them to fight. But I do see them putting Boots on the undercard just in case one of the guys pull out. Or maybe Boots can fight Liberator and be next. Boots is right there for a world title. Let's just say that. He right there. So we'll see. Okay, I'm about to recap real quick. Then I'm gonna close it out. I want to thank everybody for coming through for real. The comments and shit like that. That shit's crazy. I like it. I appreciate that too, for sure. Keep asking questions if you have any. It's all good. So just to recap, we got a WBA cruiserweight title on the line. Galamarian versus Eagle Roth should be a pretty good fight. You probably can catch this on the YouTube channel, RCC Boxing YouTube channel. You probably can catch that on there. You got Isaac Chamberlain coming back in the UK. He's facing against Prazak, the guy who just fought Okoli. I like Isaac Chamberlain. I think he can do some things in the cruiserweight division, but I think it's time to let's get it popping. So you probably can catch this on Hennessy Sports YouTube channel. I'm not sure, but definitely Hennessy Sports is promoting this channel, promoting this card though. We got a card Friday from Southern California, 360 Promotions. You know what I'm saying? They got a bunch of um, talent on the card and stuff like that. You guys can check out. You know what I'm saying? You can check out their Facebook page if you want more information about how to catch this fight. What else we got? Kosei Tanaka versus Showa Shida. I like this fight. This a early morning fight though. You gotta get up early to catch this in Japan. But I like this fight. Pretty good comeback fight for Tanaka coming off that loss. So we'll see. This card right here is on the zone early in the morning on Saturday. Well, for me anyway, you got Bilbo defending his title versus Solomov. That's a pretty decent fight. Not mad at it. And then Teixeira versus Kobanov. That's a real good fight. I love that fight. That's 154 pounds. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can check that out on the zone. Uh, then we have this card right here, Probellum. This is their inaugural card. So, we'll see. They probably have all the glitz and glamours and stuff like that. It's fun to buy. Hopefully they have a link. You know what I'm saying? It might be on Fight TV though. It might be on Fight TV, but you know what I'm saying? They gotta make it accessible for the boxing fans over here though, for sure. But you got two world title fights, Sonny Edwards versus Jason Mamba. That's 112 pounds, IBF title. And then Casamero versus Paul Butler. That's a WO title at 118. So pretty good card. Then you got the zone got another one. So they got two cards that day. Ben versus Algeri, Kate Taylor versus Sharapova, then a bunch of other notable guys on the undercard. So feel free to check that out. Hopefully, Kate Taylor wins this fight and come off clean so we can get the Amanda Serrano fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. The most important thing about this card. You got Konabadia versus Stephen Ward. That's a WBA eliminator at cruiserweight. You know what I'm saying? This is an MTK card. Check that out. And Billy versus Ellis. Yo, I'm actually kind of hyped for this shit. I ain't gonna hold you. I gotta give me a link for this one for sure. But this gonna be a pretty good fight in super middleweight. I like this fight. You know what I'm saying? These guys is pretty much kind of even, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. We'll see. I like it. Jesse Hart, he's coming back this weekend. That's another one you got to find a link for. Hopefully he come off clean with this one. Uh, you got Lomachenko versus Comey. You know what I'm saying? I talked about the young fighters. Keyshawn Davis, Kelvin Davis. You got Xander Zayas, Nico Ali Wash on the card. John Bowser versus Michael Williams Jr. That's a 50-50 fight, basically. Also, you got James Wilkinson on this card. That's another good, fun fighter. So maybe somebody else I'm missing, but yeah, you know how Top Rank do. They pretty much match their young guys pretty tough on the undercard on ESPN Plus, and then you'll have Lomachenko and Comey. I think that's on ESPN, but don't hold me to it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this card. And then the last one, Donaire versus Galballo. You got a triple header. I think before this card start, they're gonna replay Tank and Isaac Pitbull Cruz. So if you guys missed it, you can check it out. Or if people want to rescore their cards and all that shit, feel free to check that out. But they got a nice little triple hitter. Brandon Lee versus Juan Heraldez. Quasatilo Akbardarioff versus Cody Crawley. I mean, that's an important fight because that's the IBF mandatory, Quasatilo. So we'll see. And then you got Donaire versus Galballo. So it's a long day of boxing, real talk. If you guys don't got shit to do, you can watch boxing from as soon as you wake up in the morning with Tanaka all the way to Donaire and Lomachenko at the end of the night. So it's gonna be crazy, man. Hopefully I can catch all this shit. I might have an opportunity to go to the Donaire Galballo card. We'll see though. Still working on that shit. But yeah, it should be dope though. So I might have to catch some shit on the playback, but you know what I'm saying, still boxing, still love it though. So I know how we rocking. Um, let me see. I'm gonna get these out the way and make sure everybody, you know what I'm saying, I see everybody. He said, I hear you. Okay, for sure. What's up, boxing first vlog in the building? What's good, bro? Salute. He said, let me see. I missed one. Yo, Jay Paul fell through. He rematching Willie. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. You know what I'm saying? Serrano, another easy one versus Gutierrez coming off a loss, huh? I'm gonna need to see Amanda. Man, shit. Her last two fights, she fought champions though. When the girls in her division they want to fight her. And I bet you look, I bet you won't I bet you not coming at those other champions for not wanting to fight her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think this fight is basically this the type of fight they do all the time in boxing. Whereas you fight the common opponent and she coming back up to 135. So I ain't really tripping off of it. Only thing I trip off of if let's say both ladies win and they injured or some shit and they postpone this fight they're gonna have. That's the only way I'd be tripping. But I ain't tripping. It's a prelude. You see Katie one week, then you're gonna see Amanda the next week. You know what I'm saying? Trey X in the building, what's good? Salute. He said, "Where Tanaka fight on?" I don't know, man. I gotta find that shit, bro. If I find it, you know what I'm saying, and you hit me up behind the scenes, I got you. If I don't got it, then you don't got it. I gotta look for that one, bro, for sure. Recapping this weekend's fights too. Nah, man, I'm good. I can though. Real quick. Let me get through this. I can though. I got you. Champions with size difference coming to face Amanda. Yeah, we'll see how Amanda look. I think she might stop her though. Okay, well, I started. So, damn. Oh, Devin and JoJo. Man, I like the fight. I was at the fight, yo. I slid down there real quick. That shit was. I like the fight. It was competitive to me. I thought Devin was outboxing him. He was keeping that stick hand out there and shit. He wasn't really getting warm for that, but I thought he could have used the jab a little better. And I thought I didn't like how he was letting JoJo just walk in so easy, but JoJo really didn't do enough to really win those rounds. I thought some rounds he was winning, like maybe the first half of it. Then Haney came back and won the back half and kind of edged it out. You know what I'm saying, to take that round. But I like the fight, man. It was fun. Montana Love, it is easy work. It wasn't really nothing, I just didn't like that damn Mexican shit. Like, do your own stuff. They don't rock with us like that. You'll never see a Mexican fighter wearing a dashiki. You know what I'm saying? You never see them with a wig afro coming to the ring. You know what I'm saying? Bumping some NWA or some damn Public Enemy. So I think he can kill that gimmick. But the performance was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. I thought Herkovic looked slow watching him live, but I think he'll still be a problem though. I don't like him at 250. I like him more close to 240. Jessica McCaskill, she went ham. I like she fight the way she fight. I ain't like that she called out a 140 pounder, Bustos, who can't get into the country, who fell out of 2 fights in a row. Why she calling out Bustos and when she got a WA? Man, I don't like that part of it, but the performance, I'm with it because we don't see a lot of women's knockouts. Amari Jones was up and he had a good performance. That what was it? Ammo Williams and Cash. That damn stoppage was crazy. Yo, the referees was tripping that night. They were stopping fights too early, then they were stopping them too late. They didn't know what they wanted to do. What else? What else happened that night? Alexis Espino, I thought he won that fight. They scored it a draw. It was a good fight, but I thought he won. And then I'm trying to remember off the top. I think that's about it. And then Tank fight. I thought Tank won the fight 8 rounds to 4. I thought the fight was pretty competitive though. It was a tough ass eight rounds he had to get. Pitbull Cruz. I mean, it wasn't really no surprise. He been active. He probably one of the most active guys on PBC. He fought 5 times in 20 months. That's like shit. That's unheard of. That's like equivalent to guys fighting back in the day 20 times in a year. You know what I'm saying? The way these guys fight. You know what I'm saying? So Pitbull Cruz was sharp. He was sharp that night, and I know a lot of people probably don't get that from him because when you think of sharpness, you think of a guy that's a boxer and counter punch and stuff like that. But this guy was sharp far as on defense because he wouldn't let Tank hit him with that damn uppercut, and Tank was timing it. He just was putting his glove right there at his chin where he was blocking that shit. He did that shit all night. You know what I'm saying? I thought Tank boxed pretty well. He could have did a little bit more with his jab and shit like that. But I felt like he boxed well. That's what you gotta do. I'm not mad at the performance, honestly. Actually, I wanted to see that. I ain't want to like. I knew he could knock him out and shit, and we see that all the time. But actually, I felt better seeing him box. Okay, you was in a tough fight. You hurt your hand. You boxed your way to the victory. Okay, you know what I'm saying. So I'm with that. But Pitbull Cruz, he basically got. You know what I'm saying. He's a hot name. So I like when both guys actually come out as the winner. It makes sense. What else was on that card? Fondor versus Garcia. Man, that fight, yo, listen. I thought Garcia edged that fight out, bro. I mean, Fondor got a lot of shit to work on. I don't think he need to work. I don't think he need to work on being no boxer. He should just fight the way he been fighting, coming in and throwing punches. That boxing shit gonna get him slipped. If he fight Lubin, that might be all bad for him. But he fought hard. You can't put him down too much. But I thought my man edged that out. Um, Carlos Adames versus Derevchenko. That was a pretty good fight. Carlos Adames proved that he can fight at 160. I thought he was doing well early, and then Derevchenko got back in the fight. I thought Derevchenko, if we had 12 rounds, he may have stopped Adames. So that's something he may have to work on. Maybe he ain't used to carrying that extra weight, late in the fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he only went 12 rounds one time. So I think Derevchenko had the experience factor in that. He was started coming on late. But I'm cool with the decision. I thought Adames won that fight. And then Ramirez versus Mariaga. That was a good fun fight. I don't think that knockdown was really real, but Ramirez can fight, man. He can fight. He can box a little bit. I like that. I like how he tries to set up that right hook. That's his bread and butter. But Mariaga is just a tough, rugged type of guy. He really wasn't, doing anything to offset the, the work rate of my man Ramirez. So yeah, man, that's my recap. I may have missed something. If I missed something, put that shit in the chat real quick. Cause I was just going off the top. Um, Let me see where I left off at. The Boxing Kings Archives. What's good, bro? What up? What up? He said, "What's up with Lomachenko Richard Coleman fight?" Y'all like that fight, bro? Man, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about that fight. There's been a lot of promotion for me. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing that promotion everywhere. You know what I'm saying? All types of highlights and clips. I can't wait for it, bro. I'm hyped about it. I've been talking about Lomachenko on the back end of this. I call it like the lightweight series. This last couple of weeks, Lomachenko is the OG. Basically, he gonna clean it up. So we're gonna see. So yeah, I've been saying a lot of shit. I'm hyped for it. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm hyped. He said, I don't know, man. I don't know about no tickets. That shit, I'm gonna say this. When the main event started, that shit was packed. Now the upper level, that shit was blocked off. Because I went there for Wilder Fury 2, and that shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It won't like the top, the nosebleeds, them shits at the Haney fight, those shits was blocked off. But when the fight started, I mean, like before the fight, like the Montana Love, you seen a lot of empty seats. But when old girl was singing the national anthem, and I was looking around the arena, those shits, it won't no empty seats. I don't know where they came from. Man, I said facts. McCaskill was piecing up women. All yeah, she was. And she gonna have some. I'm telling you, she got some fighters that can beat her. I'm telling you. I mean, she can fight. She a dog, and she deserves respect. But it's some girls that she can give opportunity to. But we'll see what she do. She can be creative because there's some girls at 154 that just got the vacant titles that Carissa Shields vacated that she probably can go up there and beat. Um, yeah. So yeah, she can be creative, but we'll see. But yeah, she was she was giving Candy Wyatt the business. I had a draw too. Oh man, I thought Espino won that fight, man. I don't know. Much respect to Cruz. He game just yeah. I like people with Cruz. I like him. That dude was he was keeping a tight guard. He was digging the Tank's body and shit like this. Yo, I like Pitbull Cruz. He didn't fight Tank scary. You know what I'm saying? I thought Garcia won too. Sir, Espino came out strong first round, then wasn't consistent. I thought he was winning those rounds. I thought he was. I think it was even. I'm with you, but I thought he was winning. That was an 8 round fight. I thought he won 5, 6 rounds. In my opinion, I don't know. I ain't go back and watch it. I was live, but then again, sometimes I was paying attention, sometimes I wasn't. So it depends. Fighters typically don't want to walk through punches forever. At some point, they want to box. Yeah, they got to, man. Can't be taking those punches forever because that shit gonna it's gonna be a detriment for sure. Teixeira closed strong against Adamas. When yeah, he dropped him, didn't he? Like I said, Teixeira got a tough fight coming up against Kobanov this weekend. I like that fight. I think Adamas shit. I know they ordered Adamas versus Munguia, but Munguia trying to have a fight in February. I like that fight. I mean, Munguia was trying to fight Adamas in June for that fight he had in June against Zurameta, but Carlos Adamas turned that down to go to PBC. That's some inside information type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So that fight been talked about, but Adamas was like, nah. I guess he had a deal with PBC. Then he left Robert Garcia, and then now he fighting on 2 pay-per-views. So maybe he's in position to face Jamal Charlo. They can just make that fight without them ordering that shit. You feel me? And waiting for Munguia. So I don't know. We'll see. But that was a good fight. I ain't saying he like I don't know if he actually put the division on notice with that performance, but it was a good performance though because I thought to put the division on notice, you can't be gassing out down the stretch and barely making it. You know what I'm saying in a fight. You got to dominate that fight from start to finish. I thought he limped to the finish line. That's just me. That's what I saw. You know what I'm saying? You think? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't think so. Because I mean, if you look at that Liam Smith fight, Liam Smith, ah man, you can say he won that shit against Kurbanov. So Teixeira fights in the style where he's like a boxer puncher, counter puncher, like a counter puncher. He want to stay long. And I don't know if he's gonna get the credit fighting another guy that's a counter puncher and fighting in his hometown because the hometown guy can throw a little flurry or a combination and then the crowd go crazy and next thing you know 10-9, 10-9. And when you look up, he up like 7 rounds to 2. And you like, damn, how he up that much? And he ain't really doing nothing. Yeah, so I'm with you. I don't know if he can get a decision. We'll see though. Um the route team again want to go. Looks like they ain't interested. Nah, they ain't. They ain't. I don't think so either. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? At least they try to keep him active. I don't know what he gonna do. Triple G. I don't know. Honestly, he want another fight. He got a fight date in February in Mexico. I don't think Carlos Adamas gonna be ready for that. You know what I'm saying? He already got a date already. You see how fast he made a date? He just fought in November. So if you look at it, if you not, so I'm not really mad at it, honestly. If you're not gonna fight the guys, the champions, then at least stay active. I mean, if McGill was calling himself the best guy in the division, number one, then I might have a problem with him. Like, how you number one? You're not trying to fight these top guys. But if he's staying active, listen, an active fighter is actually a better fighter in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys be sitting all a long time, man. Then they come back to the sport, and you never know. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Espino saved himself the last 2 rounds. Okay, I gotta go back and watch that. I thought he was winning, but it is what it is. Well, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. You know what I'm saying? I hope I got through that shit with you. Recap real quick. I was going off the top. Appreciate you. But yeah, salute everybody that came through. Um, Make sure you guys hit the like button if you haven't already. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can hit me on my Twitter or Instagram. On Twitter, over J. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up on there. Instagram, L Does Boxing. Feel free. Check me out. I should be back sometime this week. Hopefully, the IBF rankings drop. You know, I'll be on that shit. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro, for sure. So, trying to, I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm gonna be on Cono Loco. Me and Cono Loco gonna do a show. Feel free to drop by. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna chop it up, and we're gonna keep it moving. Yeah, I think that fight done. They're just waiting on the date. I think they're really waiting for Katie and Amanda. They're gonna try to do those two fights together in MSG. That's gonna be crazy if they do that, because they got the two Irish fighters, Katie and Mick Conlon. Mick Conlon is the biggest star on Top Rank. I don't think nobody even remember that. Mick Conlon is the biggest star on Top Rank. As far as drawing power, marketing, this dude he sold out. He sold out the theater Hulu, uh, his pro debut. You know what I'm saying? Had Conor McGregor and them all up in there. So imagine he bought if if they strip Leo Santa Cruz, because Leo supposed to fight either this month or next month. He supposed to defend his title by then. If he haven't defended his title, they're gonna strip him and they're gonna elevate Lee Wood, and that fight gonna be for a world title. Imagine how crazy that's gonna be. Two world title fights, Amanda versus Amanda versus Katie, and then Lee Wood versus Colin. That'd be crazy. So I think they're waiting for that. Appreciate you. Oh yeah, no doubt, bro. Appreciate you too, bro, for sure. What's happening with Robert? Man, I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening with Robert Easter, bro. I don't know. I know he had that court situation. I don't know. Hopefully he'll come back. We'll see. But yeah, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. I appreciate you guys coming out. That's my time. I'm out.